Hello, this is Mrs. Horton. Today I'm going to walk you through the video to complete your first assignment for Unit 1, which is 1A. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull up our class page. So click on Computer Science. Once you have that uploaded, you are then going to select Unit 2, Section 1, starting with Python. Once you have that opened, you're going to scroll all the way down till you see 2.07 Assignment 1A. This is an assignment that you're going to be submitting next week and working on today and also this Wednesday in class. So once you click on that, you're going to then click on the Dropbox. In the Dropbox, you'll see under Digital Materials the link to open up the PDF file to walk you through Assignment 1A. Once you have that opened, you're going to notice that in this assignment you'll have 4 bullets. The first one is checking your work from Section 1, which is what we started doing in class on Wednesday. So we're going to move down here to check your work, and we're going to start following these directions. So the first thing we're going to do is open up shapes.py program. So we're going to click on the Start button, then choose All Programs, and then click on the Python 3.2, or if you downloaded a newer version, click on that folder, and then open the idle Python GUI. Remember, this Python shell is where you can't save anything, so what we need to do is click on the File menu and open up our text editor. So we're going to open up that. In this open area, we're now going to search for our computer science folder. Once I've found that folder, I'm going to click on that folder, and then I'm going to open up my shapes.py file. So I'm going to choose Open, and now you should see your text that you saved from last Wednesday's class, which was 217. So from here, we've already completed everything in step 1, so we're going to move on to step 2, and we want to make sure that our shapes.py program meets the requirements listed below. So we want to save and run and make sure that it works correctly. So the turtle is shaped like a turtle. So we should see a turtle in there. We should see that the turtle draws a small square, then a circle, and then a larger square. Then the turtle turns red and draws a red triangle. And then we should also be able to click inside the turtle graphic window and have it close by itself by using the exit on click command. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do File, Save again, and then I'm going to choose Run and Run Module. We're going to watch it go through, makes the square, the circle, another square, and a red triangle. So that looks great. I can click inside the turtle graphics and it disappears. So I know that my code from Wednesday is working perfectly. So once I've done that, I'm going to move down to where it says Add-on on page 2. So from here, we need to follow the steps below to add on to our work from section 1. So number 1, complete the steps below to save the shapes.py file with a new name for this assignment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and do File, Save As. And then in my file name, I'm going to click to make my cursor show after the S in shapes. From there, I'm going to do an underscore, which is simply using your Shift key and the dash key next to the 0 on your keyboard. So Shift and that key next to the 0, which looks like a dash to make the underscore. And then I'm going to type ASSN for assign, for assignment. So I'm also keeping the .py because remember, if you don't have that, it won't work in Python. So once I've verified that I have the same name that can be found down here in step E, I'm going to click Save. And I can see that now it's renamed as shapes_assign.py. So I'm good to go. Now I'm going to move on to step 2. So step 2 is asking us to complete the steps below to type code that draws another smaller triangle above the smaller square. Add this new code at the end of your code, but before the exit on click command. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my text editor area and I'm going to place my cursor after the code that says circle parentheses 100 comma steps equals 3 end parentheses. And it's going to be before the exit on click command. So once I've done that, I can move down to step 2A. So move the turtle forward by 100 pixels. So what we need to do here is come up with a code that moves our turtle forward 100 pixels. And looking at our code before, we actually have that code listed under shape turtle. So I'm going to type forward 100. Make sure you end the parentheses for the argument. And then I'm going to press enter. So I just completed 2A. Now I'm going to move to 2B. So we want to turn the turtle 120 degrees to the right and then move the turtle forward 100 pixels. Well, that's a lot. So what I like to do is I like to break up the sentences so I can figure out how many codes I need. So I see a comma and I'm seeing 2 different numbers, which means that I need 2 different codes. So the first thing I'm going to look at is turn the turtle 120 degrees to the right. So I automatically know that I'm making a triangle. And with triangles, we know that they have angles. And we want to make a triangle that has a degree of 120 degrees. So underneath the forward, after I've hit enter, I'm going to now type right and then 120. Alright, and this is making my angle to connect my forward line to the next forward line. So once I have right parentheses 120, I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to type forward 100 again. And remember, this is completing all of step 2B. So once I have that, I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to move down to 2C. So 2C says turn the turtle 120 degrees to the right and then move the turtle forward 100 pixels. Well, if you're thinking like I am, I'm realizing that B and C are very similar, or are similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type the exact same codes that I wrote before, so right 120 and forward 100 to complete 2C, and then enter. And then D, 2D says turn the turtle 120 degrees to the right so it is pointing up. So the last bit of code that I'm going to enter is a code that's going to make a right angle of 100 degrees. So I'm going to write right parentheses 120. And everything looks pretty good. So I'm going to go back, double check that I did A, B, C, and D. So I should have forward 100 for 2A. I should have a right 120 and a forward 100 for 2B. I should have a right 120 and a forward 100 for 2C. And then lastly, I should, for 2D, have a right 120. Once I've double checked that, then I'm going to go up here and choose File, Save. Because remember, the asterisk in front of the file name means that I haven't saved in a while. So I'm going to click Save. And then I'm going to choose Run and then Run Module. And this is going to run the program again to verify that I made a red triangle on top of the square and the turtle is facing upward. So that looks pretty good to me. And because I have the exit on click after, I'm now going to click inside the turtle graphics so it closes. Everything looks great. Alright, so that just completes my check your work down at the bottom. So everything works. I didn't get an error. So I'm going to just do a file save again and exit out of that program. So now I'm going to move down to page 3, which is talking about zipping and submitting my files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first off, create a new folder. So I'm going to right-click on my desktop, and I'm going to choose New and Folder. While the new folder name is highlighted, I'm going to quickly save it as assignment underscore, remember it's shift and the dash button next to the 0, 1A underscore again, and then I'm going to type my first and last name. Once I have that done, I'm going to click outside the folder, and I'm going to go find my computer science folder that I just saved my new text code, which was shapes underscore assign.py. Now what I'm going to do is, following the directions, I need both shapes.py put in that new folder and the shapes underscore assign.py put in that folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on that document and I'm going to hit copy, and then I'm going to right click on the assignment and hit paste. So when I open that, I should now have the shapes in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing for shapes assign. So I'm going to right click on that, hit copy, and then right click in that new folder and hit paste. So now I have both of those documents listed in my assignment 1A folder, and I'm going to exit out both of them. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to zip the file so it's easier for it to be uploaded, so I don't get an error message. So in order to zip, you can either download 7-Zip, which is an extra feature on your computer, or you can also use what's already given to you or provided to you on this computer. So the easiest way to zip a folder is just to right click on that folder and then choose share with, or I'm sorry, not share with, send to, and then choose compressed zipped folder. Once I've done that, you'll notice down at the bottom, I now have a zipped file that says assignment 1A, DanielleHorton.zip. So that means that everything's zipped in here. So in order to upload it, I now need to click on the back arrow to get out of that assignment PDF, and I'm going to scroll down till I see the submissions area. Here I'm going to drag my zipped folder that has the zipper shown, and I'm going to drag it to the drop files here area. Once I've seen that it's showing that it's a zip file with the zipper here, I'm going to then choose upload. And then on my end, it's going to show that Danielle Horton submitted this assignment. So that is how you are completing assignment 1A. If by chance you have any problems with this, please come to any of the open office hours this Friday, which will be listed under Class Connect. So if you have a free minute, pop into my room and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Have fun with this assignment.